Buddhism, Form 3, First Term, Chapter 7, Learning about the Buddhist custom and traditions. Lesson Objectives. Children will get to know about what is Sirit and Virit. Learning about customs we practice at the birth. To get to know about customs we followed in weaning and reading and writing ceremony. Learning about marriage customs. To get to know about customs relating to building of houses. Learning about funeral customs. Sirit and Virit. The Sri Lankan's history goes back to thousands of years. From that time onwards, the Sri Lankans have got used to certain customs and traditions that have been further developed by the introduction of Buddhism to Sri Lanka. According to Buddhism, one has to observe Sir. These include certain customs called Sirit. Customs that are acceptable are Sirit. Those that are not acceptable or inhibited are called Virit. Customs after years of practice become traditions. Buddhism has managed to finally turn up to develop customs in such way that some have become the Buddhist customs. But customs that are basically Sri Lankan in nature and can be identified. The way a person dress, eat, drink, build houses are basically Sri Lankan in design. Thus, we see at different state, religions and private functions, they all are based on the Sri Lankan customs. Custom can be grouped into two. Those customs that are relevant for one's birth up to death, those states or publicity operated and identified customs. Customs we practice at the birth. For a Sri Lankan married woman, pregnancy is considered as a very lucky event in her marriage life. Even seeing a pregnant woman is thought to be a sign that brings luck to a person. A pregnant woman has to live according to certain culture standard. For example, a pregnant woman should not go to ride a horse, should not use harsh words or listen to such, and should not go into such places where there may be frightful experiences. They should be made to live a very simple, comfortable life, listen to good music and religious sermons. Good, nourishing foods, soft drinks make her healthy. All foods that she feels like eating is usually supplied by her home and the kith and kin and sometimes friends and neighbors. This has been a custom so that people come to think that giving food to a pregnant woman's satisfaction and liking is a meritorious event. Fulfilling such wants help to deliver a better healthy baby. It is a custom with the Buddhists to chant the Angulimala Parita to pregnant mothers just few days before the delivery. This is because it was as a request by the Buddha to Angulimala Thero to chant Paritra to pregnant woman who was in pain, unable to deliver the baby. It is also said after Angulimala Thero chanted the Paritra, making a strong stating, I have not harmed any living being after I attained bhikkhuhood. If this is true, may this pregnant mother be released of her pain and may the mother and baby be well. It is said that fact after this chanting of Angulimala Paritra, the mother delivered the baby with ease. Therefore, from that day onwards up to now, this Paritra is chanted to every pregnant mother to ease her delivery. This is a custom followed by all Buddhists. Infancy, weaning, reading and writing events. There are so many customs related to newborn infants. The newborn infant is a great treasure to the parents and their kith and kin. It is a custom to bathe the baby with a boiled medicinal herbal water. When baby is given for the first time breast milk, it is called Rankiri Katagama. A little bit of breast milk is poured into a gold ring. After that, a small amount of milk is just applied on the baby's lips. This is done usually while chanting Setpiri. It's also a custom to get the help of an astrologer to read the baby's future and to get a suitable name to the child. Usually an educated priest or such person's help is sought to name the child. The child is also taken to the village temple or better still to place like Kalaniya temple or Bellangila temple, temple of the tooth, Sri Mahabodhi, depending on where you live. Weaning. This means giving the first rice meal. This is important because the infant gradually shifts from liquid diet to a solid food. This is important incident in the child's life. Usually, the milk rice meal is placed on a mat together with many other things like gold, pen, pencil, books, flowers and various other foods, and an oil lamp is also lit. The infant is allowed to take anything out of this, and what the child likes or grab is said to foretell what the child's future would be. Cutting the first lock of hair is important. This is sometimes preserved and sometimes put into a stream. Cutting the lock of hair is usually done at the age 1, 3, 5 and not when the child is beginning to talk. Reading and writing. The letters of the alphabet are taught at an auspicious time by an educated person or by a priest or by the grandfather or parents. Any person whom they think would bring good blessings and luck in education. After that, they are taught to write letters. In the past, letters were written on a basin of sand, valipil. Some temples possess these valipil. Today, a book and pencil is used in writing. On the birthdays, Buddhist parents take the child to the temple and get the blessing of the priest. maybe by chanting Setpirit, maybe a Bodhi Puja is done, sometimes food given to poor children or children's homes. Marriage custom. When it is taking a woman in marriage is called avaha. Giving a woman in marriage is called vivaha. Marriages between children of two sisters or two brothers is usually never done. In marriage, parents' consent is important. It is the Buddhist way. At the beginning, the horoscope is tallied. If they do not match, parents' consent to the marriage is not given. Usually, the young man, together with his parents, go to the young bride house. The young bride to be offers beetles to the young man. When they see each other, if they feel that they like each other, dates are set for the marriage. Usually, nothing is done in a hurry. After that, to a custom to offer whatever that can be given to the daughter as dowry. It's the duty of the bride's family. The bridegroom cannot demand certain things as dowry if so that marriage will not take place. In the modern days, the marriage takes place in reception halls. Earlier, it was done in the bride's house. Before the marriage, chanting Setpirit and alms given to the bhikkhus usually done to bless the bride. On the wedding day, the bridegroom enters the house or reception hall at an auspicious time. As he enters, it is a custom to wash his feet by the bride's brother. It's a custom of the bridegroom to put a gold ring to the basin of water. Later, the Porva ceremony takes place. At the auspicious time, the bridegroom steps onto Porva on from the left side with the help of his father or uncle. Similarly, the bride to step onto the Porva from the right side and the uncle usually help. He then Ashtaka. Some Buddhist stanzas are chanted by an elderly person. Later, the couple two small fingers are tied and water poured on the marriage knot. Then the wedding rings are exchanged by both the bride and bridegroom, putting the ring bride's finger, vice versa. Jayamangala Gatha is sung by a group of girls. Later, a white cloth is wrapped around the bride's body. Sometimes red sari and jackets are wrapped around, which depicts to say that the bridegroom is ready to clothe or look after the bride. Betel leaves are offered to the parents and elders is both families, after which both together are held and they step down from the porva. The moment a coconut is cut open by another, this they say bring luck. Next step is to light this oil lamp and to serve the cakes, refreshments and etc. All visitors enjoy this. At the auspicious time, the couple leaves the reception hall to begin their new life with the blessing of the parents, relations, elders and friends. As a Buddhist, we must not overspend your finances. Everything should be done to suit your means. Customs relating to building of houses. In building a house, laying the foundation stone at an auspicious time by the householder is an important event. They also bury with the foundation stone certain things that are traditionally thought to bring good luck to the inmates of this house. Later they spray over it Pirit pen or water chanted blessed with the chanting of Set Pirit. The housewarming ceremony is also important. This is also done at an auspicious time. They boil milk inside the house. Later they arrange an almsgiving to get the blessing of the Buddhist priest. With the alms giving, the bhikkhu bring with them the relic casket. This is supposed to be a great blessing to the household family. These religious customs and rituals are done to bless the households and his family. Funeral customs. These customs differ from place to place depending on where you live. They differ among different races, religions, and from district. There are certain important customs which are followed by the Buddhist, which the corpse is in the house in village chant the Satipatthana Sutta, Vesantara Jataka in order to pacify the family of the dead person. Pansakula is given after the death of a person, but some make it a point to give the Pansakula when the person is in the death bed. This is basically done to make the sick person feel that death is natural and to make the person get rid of his craving for living. Usually the corpse is kept with the head to the west. This is because Buddhists believe that the life ends with the sun setting in the west and the sun rise in the east. An oil lamp is lit near the head. This acts as a detergent to destroy the germs around. Usually all photographs hung on the wall are turned away facing the wall. Even the betel leaves are turned on the rear side. In a Buddhist funeral house, the neighbors cook food and serve the people in the funeral house and those who come to pay their respect to the dead person. This goes on till the corpse is taken to the cemetery for burial or cremation. White flags are hung to show the house where the funeral is usually. Most people dressed in white or some very light colors. In villages, even after the cremation, Vesantara Jataka and Satipatthana Sutta is chanted by friends to make the householders feel that there are others and forget about the loss of the person. This is an age-old custom followed in distant village but not in the town or urban areas. In some areas, before the coffin is taken out of the house, it's custom to keep the coffin in the house alone for a few minutes after closing all the doors and windows. After that, doors are opened, scent are sprayed by the close relations, after which the coffin is taken out of the house. After that, Mataka Puja, some white cloth is offered to the priest and orations about the person. Usually many orators, even the priest, speak something about the dead person. Later, merit is offered to the dead. A pot of water is poured to another cup till overflows out of the cup. This is the way of transferring merit to the dead. Meanwhile, the priests chant gathas offering the merit to the dead person. The close relations take part in the pouring of water and offering merits. Sometimes this takes place in the cemetery, or at home. After the corpse is taken out of the house to the cemetery, usually rice is cooked in the place where the corpse was kept and the cooked rice is thrown away. After the coffin is kept in the pyre, the relations go around the corpse 3 times, after which it is set fire by 2 nephews or son-in-laws who carry 2 torches and set fire to the coffin. Buddhists spray Pirit water on the ashes before collecting it, and most Buddhists take the pot of ash into the river and throw it to the river. Some build monuments depending on the various family and their family customs. After the funeral, all those present are invited to share a meal with the family. It's called Malabata. Most of the relations and close friends go to the house for this meal. 7 days after the death, there is a bana preaching by bhikkhu, and the next day an almsgiving. Usually the next almsgiving is done after 3 months. All these are held merely to offer merits to the dead person to be able to be born to the better state of life. Buddhists should be very simple in ways. Buddhists usually prefer cremation than burial. They are not expected to spend unnecessarily on these actions. So, these are the customs and traditions we followed in our day-to-day life. Buddhist priests usually help to transfer the merit to the dead person by conducting certain religious activities, chanting Piri. The Buddhist method is following a simple method, not spending money unnecessarily, but doing the necessary is a simple way. This is the Buddhist way of life. Thank you.